It's over. We're done. 6 years. 143 founders. 78 launched startups. 36 that didn't make it. It's been quite a time. Motivating. Exciting. Exhausting. Occasionally heartbreaking. Born Global sparked something deep inside Tasmania's heart, activating a groundswell of aspiration, elevating our entrepreneurial soul to the surface. Tasmania now has an engaged, invigorated, energised and maturing startup ecosystem. And it's time for us to evolve with it. For Enterprise to keep building the foundation of our state's future, we must look further, work harder, and aim higher. And so, it's time to say goodbye. Welcome to the very last digital demo day of the Enterprize Born Global Incubator, powered by Aurora Energy.
If you make a small impact on one person, in 10 years, that impact could exponentially have changed something in the world.
It's about doing something meaningful and important at a scale that it fits. I could have kept writing books for the next 20 years.
And never achieved anything.
Exactly. Lots of people would read it, but the world wouldn't change. I actually really feel very strongly that that this is a way to actually have true impact.
Having this ephemeral idea where you're kind of like, there's this thing and maybe I want to do it and it looks like this, and then having the program to create structure around that and to give you that discipline to go in stages and think about it and refine it. And it certainly has refined it for me a lot.
There's a lot of feedback in the Enterprise Born Global program, and for me it was so beneficial to get to where we are now. And I'm already thinking of other products that we have thought about. I'm like, oh, bang, I can take that kind of puzzle piece and move it across and apply it in a different context.
The only way you can learn about it is actually to do it. And that's what I've really got out of this, is just actually rolling up my sleeves and getting on with it. Complete immersion to the point of obsession. Absolute obsession.
I'm most excited by the relationships we've all developed, and I feel like I've got a whole bunch of new buddies, which is awesome, and that you all know what we've been through. So we've been through it together in this kind of forced thing, and that I think that's amazing.
The connection that we've built, for me, I think will go beyond what we've done in the program, and that connection has enabled not only being proud of what we've developed, but at the same time what we can progress moving forward, and working with each other and keeping in touch. And also within Enterprise itself. When
I get a little bit tetchy about some feedback, you all see it, but nobody calls me out on it. You put your arm around me, and that's the beautiful thing about being on a program like this. Now it's like, no, this is what I was put on this earth to do. One thing's for sure is I'm already thinking, okay, what's next?
Enterprise Tasmania acknowledges the Tasmanian Aboriginal community as the traditional owners of the land on which we operate, and I pay respect to their elders, past and present. Hey, I'm Casey Farrell, CEO of Enterprise. Welcome to the very last demo day for the Born Global Incubator program. Yep, that's right. We're meeting right here, like this, for the last time. The Born Global Incubator was piloted in 2018 and designed for a brand new startup ecosystem in a place that hadn't seen anything like it before. And it's been incredible. In just 6 years, Born Global has launched 78 new startups. Some have gone on to raise capital, complete accelerator programs, or on the bootstraps of their founders to find success in the market. Today, we're honoured to launch the final 7 Born Global startups, and to celebrate the last cohort of founders to ever stand on the Born Global pitching stage. Now, of course, we have some extremely exciting plans for what's next for Enterprise and the startup ecosystem in Tasmania, and I'll tell you all about that very soon. But for now, we focus on the 7 startups and their founders who have been put through their paces for the last 12 weeks, testing and validating business models, pivoting ideas, building MVPs, and of course, creating a supportive, inherently Tasmanian community while they did it. I'm so happy to finally introduce you to them today. If you're watching this stream live on the Enterprise website, as always, we've given you 50,000 virtual dollars to invest in our startups. You can do so by clicking the plus and minus buttons next to each startup, which will adjust your investment in $1,000 increments. This is just a bit of fun, but if you are really excited to work with any of these founders, we have their contact information on the alumni page of our website, and they'll each explain the ways you can best help them progress at the end of their pitches. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Here's Amy Fogarty, Program Manager for Born Global, who will introduce each of our amazing graduates.
Introducing Defeat the Beat, here's Michael Smith.
10 years ago, I stood in front of my Year 7 PE students. They were about to run the beep test. I could feel the anxiety in the air. For a number of students, they were excited, keen to begin. For many, it was a mix of apprehension and resigned disengagement. The rest, well, you could taste the fear. A feeling of shame knowing they will not even try, regardless the students lined up ready to run. This experience today is all too common, not only in Australia, but on a global scale. When you consider recent data from the World Health Organization stating that more than 80% of the world's adolescents are insufficiently active, we have a problem. Why are we using outdated ways to deliver fitness education? Our solution is Defeat the Beat, an inclusive multi-stage running fitness game, accessed online by PE teachers and sports coaches. It is designed to empower players through choice and motivate them through a positive running journey. We provide an engaging experience through gamified point scoring, all to the sound of great music. As an online service, Defeat the Beat taps into a global market of over 500,000 schools and sporting clubs. We have a 2-year net profit projection of over $250,000. We are confident in our potential to become leading service providers in our industry. Since our recent launch of our MVP, we've already onboarded over 20 schools across Australia, the UK and China, validating use of the game. Our team has achieved significant milestones, recently moving to a subscription revenue model. This is our first step in providing a predictable income with scalability for growth as we further develop Defeat the Beat. I am Michael, joined by Kira and Nathan, co-founders at Fizzy Games. We have a collective experience of over 35 years in education. We lead from the front as innovative educators passionate about what we do. Defeat the Beat is our featured product. We are offering a unique opportunity for industry partners. Our service can provide direct exposure for your brand through promotional partnership. Head over to defeatthebeat.com and connect with us. Let's revolutionize multi-stage running fitness together.
Introducing Top Down Tasmania, here's Rohit Augustin.
Imagine you're a construction manager, an agronomist, or a real estate agent, and you're faced with a common challenge: obtaining precise and up-to-date data efficiently and cost-effectively. Traditional methods are often time-consuming and prone to inaccuracies, leading to costly mistakes and project delays. This challenge affects a wide range of industries, and this is where our story begins. At Top Down Tasmania, we've pioneered a transformative solution to this problem. We offer state-of-the-art drone mapping and surveying services powered by advanced enterprise drones. This remarkable technology allows us to provide unparalleled precision and efficiency in data collection. But we're just not collecting data. We are transforming it into actionable insights that empower our clients to make informed decisions. Our services cater to a diverse range of industries from construction, agriculture, and environmental agencies. The best part is, our risk analysis and piloting expertise can be adopted to many different industries depending on what our clients require. We are here to support anyone who needs accurate and efficient data collection and analysis. Our clients are forward thinkers who understand the value of data-driven decision making. The potential market for our services is substantial, with the global drone industry estimated at $100 billion and the industry in Australia predicted to accelerate by 14.5 in the next 20 years. Our go-to-market plan includes targeted marketing efforts, strategic partnerships with complementary businesses, and a strong network within the industry. We are positioning ourselves to capture a significant share of this market by delivering unrivaled value. Our team consists of my co-founder Anna and myself. Anna oversees the administrative client needs and the logistics of the business, and I hold the accreditation and the licenses to fly and operate these drones. Our commitment to precise data and client-centric services are at the core of what we do. We are ready to take on the right stakeholder who has the networks and a passion that can accelerate our position in the drone industry.
So right at the start of the Born Global program, I had an idea, I had a concept. And that was the beautiful thing about the program, was that it could kind of sand that diamond and smooth it out and make it into something that actually had a pathway. The Born Global was a group of people with different ideas, ranging from better quality food for people who are in healthcare to school kids who had an idea about how to better track their lost property. Fantastic concepts, really good ideas, really driven people.
Working with Enterprise for Aurora is really exciting. We're a large, established, government-owned business, so to work with a creative, startup-minded entity is really important for us. I've really enjoyed seeing how the program helps to enable the founders to make the big decisions as they navigate towards demo day.
So my proudest moment is probably pitching at demo day, just because I was really nervous at the start and there was just a lot of people and I don't usually speak in front of lots of people, and it just made me feel so much more confident at the end when I knew I'd already done it and I could do it. The Born Global Incubator is like a really enriching program that helps you to improve your ideas and your solutions, and it really helps you narrow them down and make them even better than they were before.
It's absolutely possible to grow a global startup from Tasmania without having to go anywhere else. It's so fantastic building your own thing. It's really exciting. It's all sorts of ups and downs, and you learn so much along the way. So if you've got an idea, make it happen.
Introducing ZenRun, here's Michelle Frost.
You've finally gotten away from your desk, so you can squeeze in a run between meetings. You'd hit the trail, hoping for a little stress relief, a circuit breaker. But instead, your mind is racing as fast as your feet. You can't stop thinking about work deadlines and family commitments. Do you even have time to be running today? This run was supposed to be your escape. It's anything but that. Sound familiar? What if there was a way to make your runs a stress-free zone where you can leave the office behind? Well, you can, by combining mindfulness and running. Mindfulness can stop your thoughts, turning your runs into a battle zone. You may be saying, how can you be mindful while you're running? Don't you need to be still to be mindful? Well, actually no. Mindfulness is about being present in the moment. Whether you're sitting still meditating or running down a trail, you can be fully present and in the moment, reaping the stress-relieving rewards of mindfulness. ZenRun brings mindfulness and running together, neatly packaged in an app for busy runners needing to transform their runs into a stress-busting zone. Mindful running is not a new thing. In fact, you've probably experienced it before, but you're most likely not tapping into it when you need it the most. And it's not your fault. No one has taught you how to access mindfulness intentionally while you're running, and that's where ZenRun steps in. Inside the ZenRun app, You'll find heaps of goodies to support your mindful running journey. Guided mindful runs to help you focus and enjoy each step. Individual support to help you achieve your goals, no sweat. A connection to Strava so you can see those mindful Ks as they clock up. And monthly challenges to keep you motivated and moving. And so much more. I'm Michelle Frost, the brain and the heart behind Zen Run. And I'm committed to this because I've seen firsthand how running without mindfulness can be a recipe for burnout. I'm not just a lifelong runner. I'm an event organiser. I host the Fit Mind, Fit Body podcast, where I speak to hundreds of runners about their running journey. And I'm an award-winning entrepreneur. Plus, I'm studying to be a life coach and will soon be a certified running coach. If your to-do list is turning your run into just another work task, it's time for a change. Visit zenrun.app to be one of the first to try our app and finally enjoy a run that is truly a break from the stress. Zen Run. Think of it as if the Headspace app and Strava had a baby.
Introducing Connect, Curate, Create. Here's Tim Butcher.
Art is the lifeblood of cultural experience. So funders invest in artists to nurture and grow our culture. But how can they be sure of a return on investment? And why are so few artists successfully funded? I've listened to many artists burnt out from the non-stop cycle of funding applications and demoralised by continual rejection. The fortitude and resilience that artists require is immense. Most must take other forms of paid work, which leaves them little time or space to create. Byrne, a socially engaged artist, told me in her own words that she lives with the frustrations of being self-employed and making work which people really like to have in the world, but don't always feel brave enough to stand by. If we don't stand by artists, what will our world become? Now is the time to act. The federal government is rolling out Revive, Australia's new cultural policy, which offers a vision for increasing investment in the arts and encouraging artists to reimagine how they relate to funders. So we're building a digital platform designed specifically for the arts to manage this important interface and foster relationships, offering certainty to funders and stability to artists. Uniquely, we create value for artists by boosting their profile while taking on overwhelming grant applications and project management tasks to free them up to do what they're best at, making art. Meanwhile, for funders, our platform matches applicants to grants and offers end-to-end project visibility to improve outcomes. Our tiered subscription model provides access to premium dashboards, bespoke reports and more. This is a purpose-driven digital solution to a problem at the heart of Australia's arts ecology, affecting more than 50,000 artists and an increasing number of funders. Arts funding is already being reimagined by the likes of ArtsPay. However, we are the first startup to respond directly to the policy change by offering an interface that both funders and artists need. As an artist, I have felt the frustrations of not having the time to focus on my art. As a business school professor, I've had big wins, but many fails with grant applications. So my academic research has gotten under the skin of why we need to reimagine the funding process. I feel passionately about building a platform that better connects artists with funders to produce high quality art that enriches culture and society. To do so, I'm building a team of like-minded people. For a fair share of the equity, I'm seeking a co-founder who cares as much as me. While I'm focusing on market, you'll lead on product, and together we'll find the right fit. If this sounds like you, let's connect to create a platform that enables artists to create.
Introducing Cha Su, here's Archie Soul.
As a child, I cherished the moments I spent walking alongside my grandfather in Tehran's Grand Bazaar. Keep the money in the community, he'd say, because these people will back you up when you need it the most. that lesson stuck with me throughout my life. I've done this before, built a marketplace, and now it serves 27 million users and 51,000 vendors in my country. Fast forward to today, and I find myself standing at the helm of Charsu. Charsu is here to empower local communities, starting right here in Tasmania and eventually all of Australia. Our mission is simple but profound: to promote and rejuvenate local markets in the digital age. The problem is nearly half of Australian enterprises are grappling with the impact of inflation on their cash flow in 2023. Furthermore, a staggering 65% of regional and 59% of metro businesses lack an online presence. $3,000 is the minimum cost of a one-pager website. And that's where Charsu comes into play. We are building a digital marketplace, revolutionizing the way we shop, connect, and empower local businesses. It's not just a marketplace, it's a movement that will strengthen local economies and create a sense of togetherness. Our vision extends beyond the commerce. We've set our sights on contributing 50% of the growth to Tasmania's agricultural vision. We are poised to launch with 10 vendors in Tasmania this November, targeting a $2 billion market. Our serviceable available market is $612 million. We aim to reach $6 million in revenue in the first year. Our team combines tech, product, and behavioral expertise to execute this vision. A team who've already created and managed online marketplaces in other regions. We were building and working on marketplaces that now have more than 145 million users combined. Now we are looking for more vendors to join us to build something great together. We are Charsu, your local market online.
Mentoring is a really rewarding experience, and to be able to help to share some of the things we've learned over the years in work life with people who are working on building that big idea and bringing it to life is so incredibly rewarding, and you also learn a lot along the way. That startup culture is really great for us at Aurora. Personally, as an employee, and for others around me, I think we enjoy seeing how Enterprise moves, and we enjoy seeing the founders come through the programs and the level of creativity and innovation that Enterprise fosters. The way Enterprise breeds a culture that you move quickly and you understand what you're doing and you find your way, and if you're going to fail, do it fast, but do it constructively, and then understand what went wrong so you can either pivot or move on.
At the start of the program, it was literally just an idea and a couple of printed out stickers that didn't really work properly. And then throughout the program, we progressed our idea. We had like a whole worksheet of everything that we had organised, and we'd done a couple of tests, and we had ideas for new tests. And we were working on a minimal viable product, and it was so much bigger, and it was so much easier to work through and see in the program how much it could be better.
The great thing about running a globally scalable business from Tasmania is that the community in Tasmania is very connected. It's 1 degree of separation, it's not 7. So you can really just reach out. If you don't know somebody, somebody you know will know somebody. And they're friendly, they're welcoming, they're warm. Tasmania's a great place, lots of good people, and the beautiful capacity to recharge in nature when you're going through your stressful startup, scale-up journey.
Enterprise helps to build a culture of innovation and creativity in Tasmania, which clearly puts us in a better place for the future.
Introducing Podscape, here's Jared Murray.
Has your rent just increased? Or are you spending way more on your mortgage than you used to? Unless you're living at home with mum and dad, your housing costs are going up. We have a supply and demand issue. The demand side of the equation is complex and hard to change. But the supply side, well, all we need is more houses, right? How hard can that be? But have you tried building a house? You need land, you need a designer, you need an engineer, and you need to ask permission from a huge list of people. And that's before anything even happens on site. Then you find out how much the project is going to cost and how long it's going to take. Spoiler, it's going to cost a lot and take a long time. We need more houses, and we need them soon. Imagine if we used the space around our existing buildings and leveraged the services that we already have in place. So I created Podscape to be part of the solution. We build small, prefabricated homes that we like to call pods. Our pods can be used for long-term or short-term rental. And by building smaller, well-designed homes in amongst the houses that we already have, we can take some of the pressure off and help add to the supply side of the equation. Our pods give options to people who only need smaller places to live, and we free up the larger houses to be better used by the people who really need that extra space. We also help you create extra income to both pay for the pod and help pay for the cost of your home. We take care of the whole process from beginning to end, and by doing the majority of the building off-site in a controlled environment, we are able to deliver a high-quality home and stay on track, no matter the weather. There's also much less time spent on site and much less noise and fuss for you to put up with. But our pods aren't just well designed and small, they're also healthy. We're using the Passive House principles to create a space that is really comfortable to be in, super cheap to run, and good for your health. They are well insulated, draft-free, and have a special ventilation system to make sure that you're always breathing lots of fresh air, while still keeping the warmth inside. The demand for affordable housing in Tassie is growing, along with our population. We have over 55,000 rental households, and a large proportion of that number are singles and couples. Podscape came out of my passion for building science. As I learnt about what makes a high-performance and healthy home, I realised how far behind the rest of the world we are here in Australia. So I decided I would do things differently. I've worked in project management for most of my career and have been running small-scale property development projects for the last 8 years. I bring a fresh perspective from outside the industry, and I'm applying it to how we build and deliver our pods. I'm working with a group of local businesses here in Tas to design and deliver our pods. In the next 3 months, we'll be starting construction on our first pod and putting it on the side of a hill overlooking Launceston. We will also open our books to pre-orders in the new year. So, if you have a backyard and you want more space, we are here to work with you, creating a healthy, affordable home that also helps pay for itself. Together, let's reshape the future of housing in Australia.
Introducing One for One Club, here's Gabe Gossage.
It's certainly crazy times we are living in. Escalating living costs and acute shortage of housing are really starting to bite. It's a dynamic landscape that demands innovative solutions to help those less fortunate. But how can you help? Unfortunately, over 3.3 million Australians are now living below the poverty line, and an ever-increasing number of those are falling quickly into real financial hardship. There must be an easy way for those of us who are doing okay to actually help. Food and accommodation are always a priority over everyday items such as clothing. However, clothing is still an essential item to not only keep you warm, but to prevent a range of health issues. You probably don't think twice when you need a new pair of socks, right? However, some in our community just do not have that choice. How do you go beyond just making a dollar donation and not knowing exactly the impact you are making? Wouldn't it be great that if you, as a consumer, can purchase everyday items, but as a byproduct, give the same item to someone who truly needs it more? Today, we are launching a new social enterprise called the One for One Club. We want to sell quality everyday items to people and in return give the similar product to someone who really needs it. A buy one, give one model. We are going to start with the humble sock. Over 100 million pairs of socks are sold here in Australia every year. They are also the number one requested item in homeless shelters. Unfortunately, second-hand socks just can't be donated, unlike other pieces of clothing. You see, people living in crisis spend a lot of their day walking and trying to stay warm. We want to enable you to buy one pair of quality socks for your feet and at no additional cost, give a second pair to somebody in need. We're building a community of givers, or consider it an exclusive club, the One for One Club. We are all about sustainability. We don't want to rely on donations, but would rather leverage consumer purchasing power to build a for-good business. There's actually enough margin in the retail of a pair of socks to produce 2 pairs and still have a profitable business. A similar one-for-one sock business in the US went from prototype to in excess of $150 million in revenue within 5 years. We want to mirror that model here in Australia. We've already shortlisted a number of manufacturers and started building a community of giving partners. Through our online presence, we will offer a range of socks that are long-lasting, comfortable, and crucially, empowering people to make a positive impact. Our customers will directly see, but more importantly, feel the difference they are making. To kickstart our journey, we will be crowdfunding our first batch of socks. Over the next 6 months, and by winter 2024, we are targeting selling 2,000 pairs of socks, and in return, put another 2,000 pairs of socks on the feet of people who need it more. Come along and join the club. Buy one, give one, and double your impact at oneforone.club.
Constructive criticism with a clear pathway on where to head to. That's what I really appreciated the most. If you talk to a person who's not an entrepreneur or just like a family or a friend, you might get criticism, but you wouldn't get the reason why they have that criticism. But with the Born Global, the feedback you get, you come off from it having steps to follow up with, and you actually make really good changes to what your plan was and what your end product is.
The vision that we took into the program, for most of us, is slightly different from the vision that we now sit here to talk about. So I don't think there was anything that I didn't actually adopt and make a change. So that, to me, and that's good for me because it means I'm growing as well.
I think the hardest thing for me was to let go of a concept and an idea I had for over a decade. And seeing the impact that I had achieved on that journey, and then they go, right, this isn't going to be right, which was brilliant because Lean taught me that, and then to be able to go, okay, well, what is it I'm actually trying to do here, and then go back up a few levels from where I was. So that letting go of what you thought was going to be, the best thing since sliced bread, turned out to actually where you've ended up is somewhere different.
Often as entrepreneurs, we play with lots of things, and we sit with them for a while, and we think it's great, and we take it out there and people go, and then you reflect that back in yourself and you go, maybe not. I'm actually creating something that can make, I think, a bigger impact. So it feels to me a little bit like I'm growing up as a business person or as a founder.
All of us from different walks of life, different ideas, different ways of working, the way we've all progressed and come to this point. That's something really nice to see how things evolve. It's really nice to look back and see how far we've come along. I know what I'm working towards, and I know how to be a founder.
How amazing are these founders? We are so privileged here at Enterprise to be part of their startup journeys and to have seen how much our graduates grow in the short time we know them. There is no greater place in the world to launch a high growth potential business, and we're so proud of you all for making it this far. If you'd like to contact any or all of the founders that have pitched today, you'll find their contact details on the Enterprise website. If you're still on our site, it's time to make your final investment decisions. You have a few minutes left to make sure you're happy with how you've allocated your $50,000. And now, I'd like to tell you about Enterprise's brand new programs, which are right now open for expressions of interest over on the Enterprise website, ready for 2024. First, let me introduce Activate, a brand new 6-week self-paced digital boot camp for anyone who's startup curious. It's foundational training on how to take care of yourself as a founder, what you need to know about the industry to decide if it's right for you, a whole heap of incredible guided ideation, and an introduction to some of the key tools used to validate startup ideas from all over the world. We'll run rolling cohorts all year round to catch you where you're at, whenever you feel ready to dive in, from absolutely anywhere in Australia. Then, if you like what you've learnt and you find an idea that sticks, you can apply for Elevate, a selective, exclusive 12-week incubator program for founders who've formed an idea, are problem-focused, and are ready to get stuck into it and make their dreams a reality. Much like with Activate, you can apply from anywhere in the country, but you must relocate to beautiful Tasmania for the final 3 weeks of the program in order to pitch on launch day. We'll be focused on finding product market fit, building lovable brands, and getting either funding or market ready by graduation. We're extremely proud to have developed programs that both meet you where you're at as soon as you get excited about the idea of startups, and also help you propel your ideas forwards quickly while getting immersed in all the Tasmanian startup community has to offer. We can't wait to see your applications rolling in soon. Okay, that's it from us here at Enterprise. A big thanks to the incredible Bree Sanders for once again making all our founders look fantastic and putting together this digital demo day for us. Thank you so much for being here for the very last Born Global Incubator demo day and for joining us for so many of them that have come before. Have a wonderful end to 2023, and I'll see you soon.